All right. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for bringing us all here together today to grow in hope, health, and happiness. Please allow everyone to open up their hearts to what is going to be shared and spoken, and to also share all of the beautiful wisdom and knowledge and what we have here with others to truly impact those that are around us to make this world such a beautiful, better place. Thank you so much for all that you have given us, and we ask you to just hold our hearts in a healthy place and help heal our bodies and our souls. Amen.
Amen. Beautiful.
All
Amen.
right. Wins in the chat. Elise was crushing today, signed up 2 new people. Super exciting.
Oh my wow, ladies. I've only had one person in September and October. So like 2 today was like, okay, here comes the breakthrough.
Yep. And that's a lot of the times how it happens. It's like we'll sit in a drought for a little bit, and then all of a sudden like the floodgates open. And I feel like a lot of it is we just kind of step in. We step in and all of our hard work and consistency really starts to show up, and we reap the benefits for it. Amanda has signed her 4th. She's working on a level 2. I'm going to read this from Kirsten. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. I love Proverbs and Psalms, by the way. Oh, Amanda went live with me today, you guys. Go hop on. It was great. So I'm going to give you guys a little challenge that I just came up with myself. I am going to be doing a co-live with a different person every day this week. Amanda was my first. She knocked it out of the park. It was super fun. And so if you want to do a co-live with me, just shoot me a message and I'll schedule you in. I have Tiffany tomorrow. Yes. But also like work amongst each other. You guys can all go live together. My thought is like the hearing those stories is super powerful. Seeing those faces, they connect, and it's just a really beautiful way to bring more people in and get the word out. And so that's just kind of what I decided to do. We call this Magic Week. The last week of the month is Magic Week, and if you didn't see, Plexus is like Magic Week. They're knocking it out of the park. There is a like a call essentially on the Brand Ambassador Academy page every day this week. We have $1 membership drop today for the rest of the month. Every new silver you develop, so a first time silver, you'll get a $50 bonus. So if they are a fast start, I should have looked at the FAQs. I'm assuming if this is a fast start silver, you already get a $50 bonus for a fast start silver. So this means you're getting $100 for creating a silver this month, and they're retroing this back. Joy already has one. So they're retroing back from the October 1. So this entire month counts. So Joy, Christina went silver while we were at the retreat. So Joy already has one in the bag, which is
getting another one with Ashley.
Yeah.
Getting another one.
I think that's all.
Did Jessica go silver this month? It was September, right? That she went. Okay, that's what I thought.
But you can get Krista.
I'm trying.
Yeah. So let's talk about Mega Kids. Why not? Also known as Boost Juice in Tiffany's house. I love this, Kirsten. Oh my gosh, I have the Vanna White because it's just like my thing. So if your kids are not drinking this, if you have littles, you try and get them to drink it. I know, like, flavor with all the things. I think it's delicious. Some kids love it, some kids hate it. There's also ways, like, just like everything else, there's a way to change the flavors, right, guys? We all know this. We know this with like the soup chat today was like, hey, mix them together. I'm like, I freaking love the bone broth. I'm going to drink bone broth by itself. But a trick is mixing this into vanilla lean, and it tastes kind of like an orange creamsicle. So so the Mega Kids, something it's a lot of people try and say that this is like Kid Slim. Y'all, it's cute, but it's not. It's not it's really nothing like Slim at all, besides the fact that it has prebiotics in it. That is the only way that it reflects Slim. So this is actually what it has is it has the prebiotics to help support gut health. Yes. It also has ingredients to help brain development, which are choline and lutein. Lutein specifically is found in breast milk. What's the minimum age? There's honestly no minimum age, or two. Two technically is what it says on the bag. However, if they're like, I would say one. I probably wouldn't start a kid before they're one necessarily on it. This is going to be a juice replacement. If anybody's kids are on juice, please stop the juice. So the choline and lutein are helping with brain development. It also has omegas. So this is plant-based omegas because you're not going to get a kid to take fish oil. Like, that's not going to happen. I won't take fish oil. So it has plant-based, it's DHA in it. So we all know that that helps reduce, well, we should all know omegas help reduce inflammation. And it's also important with kind of the balance. Joy was talking about this the other day of omega-6s and omega-3s. Our diet is very high in omega-6, and that's why we need a supplement with omega-3 is because we need a balance in it. So that's what's in there. And that's really like what it is. Okay. So it's gut support, brain development, like healthy development of our kids. And then also bringing in those omegas. Nothing to do with blood sugar balance, you guys. That's what Slim does. It also doesn't have like the alpha lipoic acid, which helps with detoxing, with your producing glutathione, those kinds of things. So this is very, very different than Slim. But that's just a quick little run around on the microbiome kids. They're chewables, they're not gummies, Kirsten. For the kids, the only gummy we have is the Sleep Gummy, the brand, our most recent product. It technically also says 2 on there. I have definitely given it to kids much younger than that. If they're younger than that, I do recommend cutting it in smaller pieces. It's really easy because they're chewables to cut like in half or in quarters. I have people that have like smashed it up into basically like powder and mixed it into this too. So that changes the flavor of this as well. But then they can put it in basically like a bottle or a sippy cup or that kind of thing, and they can drink it. If you don't know, since we're talking about the kids chewables, it's a 2-in-1. It's a multivitamin and a probiotic, which is beautiful because the less things we have to try and get in our kids, the better. And we know that the gut health is super important. And we also, I think, should all know at this point in time that kids are severely deficient in a lot of vitamins and minerals because it's like 75% of their diet is processed food. So, all right. I think I answered all the questions. Crystal and Kirsten are teaming up, and I super love, we've got like the little family powerhouse coming in hot over there. Trying to think of, was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Am I missing anything? I got nothing. I'm brain dead right now. They've got cakes for breakfast. Is that what your kids did this morning for their birthday? It's Deidre's happy birthday, honey.
Happy birthday.
Where's the other one? Where's the other birthday girl?
Hold on, let me get this going. There they are. Come here, Clara.
Happy birthday. Okay,
Happy
you guys
birthday.
ready? One,
Happy
2,
birthday,
3.
girls.
Happy birthday to
Birthday
you.
to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Happy
dear
birthday,
twins.
dear Clara and
Happy
Brandy.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. Elise, I'm going to turn it over to you for tonight. We are going to be doing some mindset coaching, and Elise is going to take over for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. And ladies, I am super excited about this as I finished an amazing book that I started the end of this summer, and it's called The Gap and the Gain. If somebody is looking for a new book to read, I highly, highly suggest it. I got it from the library. I suggest getting a hard copy. It's one of those books that there's a lot of activities, and so doing an audiobook of this book, it would be a little more difficult. I took a lot of notes, and as I was reading it, the end of it on the plane on Friday night, flying to Illinois to see my family, I was like, this is what I'm speaking about on Monday night. It was like, this is like, had God written all over it. So, if all of you, I would like for you to, if you have paper with you, I think that would be best. And, so if you want to grab a piece of paper or maybe put notes in your phone, if that's more of your thing. But we're going to walk through, it's called an experience transformer, and this can apply to anything. It's a thought process that will enable you to quickly transform the intensity of both negative and positive situations into lessons, innovation, breakthrough in both your personal and business life. Like, who doesn't want that? Right? Like, the highs, the lows, all of it, and just seeing it for the opportunity and the lesson that's presenting to you in life right now. So you guys put a hands up when you got your paper and pen and you're ready, or if you're taking notes on your phone. Awesome. Thank you, Tiffany. Yay, Michelle. Go, Deidre. Awesome. Okay. So if you guys want to close your eyes, I think that's a really good place, and just kind of ground yourself. This is something that we've done in the past of taking some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can place your hand on your heart if you need, and it just kind of brings us back into our body. If you need to like sit taller, however you feel to like feel comfortable in your body. And I want you to think about a specific experience, and I want this to be whatever comes to your mind first, and it can be positive or negative. It's not something that you want to overthink. It's like, okay, whatever experience just came to you, like God placed that on your heart for a reason. So whether it's positive or negative, and I want you to jot that down on a piece of paper, whatever that experience is. And you can go into as much detail, or I'm more of a bullet points person. Oh, perfect. Amanda, yeah, see how to leave and come back. So we're doing an activity to transform intensity of both positive and negative experiences. So if you have a piece of paper, you can write it down, or you can put it in notes in your phone. But I want you to think of any specific experience that first comes to mind. Like, don't overthink it, and it can be positive or negative. And what I would like you to ask yourself is, what about this experience worked? And I'm going to kind of use mine as an example, and then I'm going to ask if anybody else would like to share when we're done with this. Okay. So the first experience that came to mind was signing up one of my clients yesterday and today. It was a 2-day process, but she submitted it today. And so for me, it was positive. I've known this woman for like 7 years. She was a client from a past business of mine. And what about this experience worked? So for me, it was like, she just fully trusted me. She's like, Elise, I want to do this. I want the reset. I suggested the reset plus triplex. Like, she didn't even say like, no, I only want the reset. Like, she just trusted me and my influence. And so that's what worked. It was like, people that know us, like us, do business with us, she just trusted the recommendation in the process, right? And all of this, I don't want you guys to overthink any of it. It's like kind of like whatever first comes to mind about whatever question I ask. So the next question is, what usefulness can you get from this experience to improve your future? So what it might be a negative experience that you're writing about right now versus a positive. So what usefulness can you get from this experience to improve your future? Think for me, I'm just going to share like what comes to mind is not everybody needs to watch a video. Not everybody needs to be like fully educated on all these different steps. Like some people are just ready to take action. And so it's like using the appropriate questions with clients or potential clients. I'm kind of just watching the ladies engaging off of the ones that have their video on, and it looks like everybody's kind of ready to move on to the next question. So what can you learn from this experience about what you don't want? The next question, knowing what you know now, because you've had this experience, how will you approach your future differently? So like from whatever happened in this situation, because of the experience, how will you approach the future different? The word assumption or assuming comes to mind for me. And the last question is, what about this experience are you grateful for? What is something that you're grateful for from the experience? I'm grateful for an easy sign up and a new customer. Like, keep it simple. So the whole point of this book, you guys, is when you're living in the gain, like finding the opportunities, what you're grateful for, you take full ownership over your own experience. Okay. And these are some words that are really sticking with me as I'm going through coaching with Brooke. It's like ownership, accountability, and responsibility. And we can totally shift how we experience and go through life when we take ownership over things, when we take accountability for our own actions, and when we take responsibility. And when you're living in that gain, you transform your experience. Because it's like, even if there's a bad situation, so I would love to ask for a volunteer of somebody that wrote down a negative experience that they would like to share. You can drop in the chat like, hey, or just go off of mute and we can roll through these questions. I would like one person to do, if they wrote down a negative experience, I would love to roll through that. Did everybody write down positive experiences? Positive Patties around here. I love it. Instead of negative Nancy's. Oh, Crystal shared hers. Awesome. I love it. She typed it and put it in. Okay. Let's see if I can click on it and make it bigger. Oh, Crystal, thank you for being vulnerable. Mm. Yes, I see you. And it's Domestic Abuse Awareness Month, sister. So solidarity to you. Yeah, so thinking about what worked for this experience, Crystal sees how it made her a stronger person. What usefulness can you get from this experience to improve your future? Just to not let myself be a victim, but you're a survivor. Not to let them win. So powerful. Because when we stay in victimhood, you guys, like it's, first off, everybody on this call, we started in prayer. That's like, we're God's royalty. And when we stay in victimhood, that is definitely not of God's kingdom. We are survivors. Yeah. And so sometimes we need to be reminded that we have a crown and we get to fix it and just readjust and walk out in God's kingdom. What can you learn from the experience about what you don't want? No matter what happened, to succumb to the depression and anxiety. Yes, as it can spiral quickly. No matter what happens in life, I know I can rise up and overcome. And you have, right? Like I see that in you, Crystal. And what are you grateful for? It made me a stronger person. How beautiful. This is how you can take a really hard situation. And I'm sure there are other women on this call that have experienced something similar and maybe didn't want to share, but know that we see you. As 1 in 4 women experience domestic abuse and 1 in 7 men. Thank you. Would anybody want to do, let me see, I don't know how much time. We have about 4 minutes left. We could roll through a positive experience. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Crystal. Yeah.
I'll share mine if nobody else wants to.
Yeah, totally fine.
So
go ahead.
If anybody else, like if anybody else wants to go. No? Okay.
All right.
Originally what my thought process, like the first thing that came to me when you're like, think of something, was I want to help Tiffany go gold. And part of that was helping Krista,
Yeah.
go silver. But in that, the experience that really came from that was signing Krista up. Cause that was just like a really fun, exciting thing. And what we did to do that was we got her on the phone.
Yeah.
The back and forth of the messenger was not working. She was not being responsive there. And we got her on the phone and she was chatty Cathy, so excited, ready to do the things. And so that was kind of like, that was what we did to do it. And for my future, what I don't want is playing runaround with people. And so to me, like just getting them on the phone and asking them and having that conversation takes that away and it creates action.
And it creates a personal experience too.
Yeah. I have a connection with her now. Like it was just a really good thing. And like what was really exciting for me, what I wrote down was helping get Tiffany a win and building her confidence up.
Mhm.
Like I was really excited to be there and be part of that and to make that happen.
It was so helpful for me to listen to how you spoke to her and what questions you asked, because I'm so intimidated of phone calls. That was a great learning tool for me. So it was awesome. And
And
it
it
was
was all while you guys
connect
were
with
in
her.
the car to Women Who Mocktail, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what can you learn about that experience, Michelle, about what you don't want?
To call people, to just offer to call people more often. I
Yeah.
do it in my one-on-ones, but I don't do it in my group messages as often as I do in my one-on-ones.
Yeah. That's a good. And what are you grateful for?
Oh, that my grateful was helping Tiffany get the win.
Your win. Yay. Yeah, and then it's training for everybody along the way. So I will and this is something that you guys I used this today when I was kind of in a tough place. I had I'll be honest, like I do telehealth therapy every 2 weeks, and today was my therapy call, and I was running through a few situations like before, and I just wasn't my prior tools before learning this. It was like this was really helpful for me to just like go back and look at and be like, okay, what can I do to like ground myself and figure out like where the wins are at. And so I really, this book was, and I'm kind of like Michelle and I share this. We start books, but we don't always end them, but we're changing that. And so Michelle just finished a book that she'd been reading for a while. And I just started the book too. Yes. So I'm on like page, I don't know.
36, chapter 2.
Oh, I'm on page 28. But yes, and I don't know, it's a season and a new skill, and I'm like, it's finding wins wherever we can. So I challenge you to, if you wanted a book, we can suggest some books, but The Gap and the Gain, and it was only like 170 pages long, so it's not super long, and it's applicable. So I like have a ton of notes written down. And you can always go to the library and get them for free. So it doesn't have to be an expense thing. So yeah. Kirsten shared some her situation on here. Yes. Good job. I'm proud of you for that. I did that last week. Yeah. All right, ladies. Well, I appreciate your time this evening. And I really enjoy that Michelle has been asking me to help lead calls on mastering mindset. Like this is my jam. I love doing this. It's a focus that I've been working and growing, and a muscle like to flex. And we're all here, like iron sharpens iron. So let's grow together.
Thank you, Elise. I was like, wait, am I unmuted? Thank you. I love having you. I love working these in every month. The mastering mindset, I think, is a really good topic for all of us. I'm gonna